before, and I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'll talk about this, right? I'll talk about this. But I waited a while because I wanted to make sure I wasn't just knee jerk reacting to it. I had to reach out and like make sure I heard what I heard growing up correctly. All right, because I grew up in the church, and all right, something like a rumor like this about him, I've heard before. Okay, I've sat and heard him preach before. Like one of the churches had him. I come out. I don't remember which one had him come out. Like a lot of the like. I guess I'll give you the backstory, right? My backstory. So, Perfecting Faith Church, right, is non-denominational with a Pentecostal lean, right? That's Donnie McClurkin's church. That's his church, and because that's his church, right? I believe at some point his church used to be affiliated with the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, or at least his members and himself, they would show up for it. You know what I'm saying? Because people that are preachers that are in that Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, just for example, is like Bishop Noel Jones. There's another guy. He has a church in Detroit, I believe. Really big church. Really, he's a pretty cool dude. From meeting him and talking to him. But I will say this. There comes a time where those particular pastors and people, they get so big that they're like hard to have a conversation with, because like there's like a separation, like, oh, you're not supposed to, like, I don't know, like you're a guy, and your job is to shepherd the people, right? And you're to shepherd the people, you kind of need to talk to them. But and that's neither here nor there. And I guess everybody wants to talk to the pastor, and everybody wants their time and blah 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 blah. So they gotta like manage who can talk to them, blah blah blah. So I guess so, but there's no reason to be treating me like a celebrity per se. Listen page, listen pa- listen page. Yeah. So okay. So yeah. So that listen page was a pastor too, but I'm not talking about listen page. There was one of the churches I that had Donnie McClurkin. Like one of them had him there. Like some event we went to, he was there. Like, and I don't remember which one. I can't for the life of me remember which one. I don't know what it was. I don't know when it was. I don't know exactly when it was. It had to be sometime between when I was 17, sometime between when I was 17 and like still going to school at UCA. Like so, it's one of them. But anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes, right? Now that I've validated, like I kind of been around. Um, so he was sued recently, all right, because assistant, his assistant said that he was assaulting him. Well, when you dig further into the court documents and the details, Donnie McClurkin was supposed to be, and again, this young man, when they met, was 21, and Donnie McClurkin was 44. All right, 21, 44. Donnie McClurkin was helping him pray the gay away. All right, and then after helping him pray the gay away, he made him his assistant, personal assistant. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is, bro. I don't know what is. That's a crazy red flag. Why are you making this young man that you're trying to help pray the gay away your personal assistant? Why? Why would you make him your personal assistant? It seems like he's trying to get. So now you're taking him different places, and he's going to places with you, and it's just you and him and the team and whatever your travel team is, and maybe your wife, maybe your family. All right, maybe. But you're spending a lot of one-on-one time, a lot of alone time with this young man who's troubled. All right, well, troubled, air quotes, right? Because I mean, if he wants, it's not a crime. Like if he wants to be gay, he can be gay. But as far as church is concerned, that's a sin. Like that's like a like. taking a drunk with you everywhere you go, right? And I don't like if he's a struggling alcoholic, he needs to be in AA. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't need to be traveling, going all these different places with you. He needs to be in AA, right? He needs to be getting help. Right? If you're looking at it as a problem, right? And for the church, sins are a problem. Like gluttony, blah 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 blah. All of those are problems. So you're traveling around with this man, young man, all the time, from 2007 to 2013, and then you're saying, right? And then he's saying that during those times you were assaulting him, right? You were making him have sex, and he didn't want to. But my thing is, if you're in a position of power and you're over him, right? You're in the position of power, you're over him, and he's gay. If you had a secret gay agenda, that'd be the perfect way to, you know, have somebody, around so you could secretly, get your rocks off. Now, again, I've heard from different people, over the years that John McClurkin was gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not the first pastor that I heard some crazy stuff about. Because there's a preacher. What is it? There was a church. It was called Saint Mark Church. All right, and the pastor was getting was getting his back. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know who was doing the bending. Either the pastor was doing the bending or the deacon was doing the bending. But either way it goes, you know what I'm saying? Somebody was getting smashed by the other one, or maybe they were both smashing each other. I don't know. But I do know that that was happening, and at St. Mark Church, the dude was caught at church with that. Whole falling out, whole church, like, I don't know. I don't know what like, I don't know. They still exist, and things are still going on over there, but I don't know how that went on. All I know is I definitely was not going. Like that's some wild stuff that has happened. But I said that to say this, uh, and use that example. And I mean, you can use Catholic priests and all that. Pastors are human beings, and they can be, uh, they can be proven to have done the things that they're accused of. But with Donnie McClurkin, we don't know. We don't know for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's a 50-50 ball. It's a 50-50 ball. And I know that's not his first, like, rumor that he's had to fight off. But this is the first one that's materialized and popped up in church. Um, I'm curious to see, like, what he has said since then, like, from the pulpit, or maybe he just ignored it completely. You know? Maybe he just ignored it completely. I don't know. I have no idea. But I can say this for a firm fact. Uh, that that is a something that just doesn't happen to everybody. And the thing is, the guy was your personal assistant. We can find photos and different things of that nature of y'all together doing stuff. I mean, not doing stuff, but around. Like, so he's not a stranger. It's just I don't know, and this is where I'm at for me. Like this is just me, my personal opinion. Like all of this is opinion, besides the lawsuit itself. Like everything else right now is going to be my opinion. My opinion is I don't think necessarily the young man was assaulted. I think that he was taken advantage of in that situation, and they had a little side relationship. You know what I'm saying? And dude was they were just they were just buddies. They were buddies that were having sex. Two guys that were having sex with each other. It's just Donnie McClurkin is a married man. Um, oh, what's up? Donated $60 to the live. Yep. Oh, wait, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because it would show up here. It would show up top. It would show up top. You type that. It would show it up top that you did. Um. So with that being said, uh, where was I at? Oh yeah. that I think they had a consensual relationship for 6 years, um, and I think the young man feels taken advantage of because he thought that he was finding acceptance and love and God, through that guy, and maybe they were trying to pray the gay away together. Maybe it was like internal guilt. They would have sex and then they pray afterward, trying to pray the gay away. Like I have no idea what exactly happened, but I do know for a fact the young man was around him and was his personal assistant. And from his own account, he's been gay. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just gonna say um, that just seems really weird. If you are if you're a pastor uh, of a church and your personal assistant that you have traveling around with you and moving around with you is gay. Like that just seems really odd. That seems very, very odd. Uh, there's there's no other way around it. Like because again, you're a pastor, and as Christian teachings go, you know what I'm saying? That just doesn't make sense. I don't have a personal issue with again, reemphasize. I don't have a personal issue with uh, homosexual individuals. I don't. I don't really care too much. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. That's what you do. But at the same time, uh, that just don't look right. It looks funny in the light. So I believe there's some truth to what this young man is saying. There's some truth. Now, what the truth is, we'll find out over time. But that's just what it is, you know. But again, last time, last time I heard some allegations like this, it ended up being true. Like there was another. I'm trying to think of another example. There was another pastor. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he was uh, he was accused. You know what I'm saying, of like being a bit wild and partying and doing drugs and all this other stuff. And sure enough, it came out he was doing drugs. He was uh, doing drugs with one of the members, and I believe he was having sex with her too. Like, and they're both married. Like, I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, it ended up being true. Like, most of the time, when a random rumor pops up, and there's a certain line of outlandishness that makes it true. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Like the story I just gave, that was completely true. The only reason I'm not saying names and all that is because I personally know these people. You know, personally know these people. Like this is all from back home in Arkansas. Like I know these people. Like and one of the individuals, well, the girl in the scenario that was with the pastor, like that's my home. That was the homie. Like I fucked with her. You know what I'm saying? And then she got married to the guy that got me my first job at a radio station. Like you know what I'm saying? Like really cool dude. Like I couldn't I ain't I can't I'm not gonna like deep dive into that because that's like my people. But that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. That's what's in the paper. That's what he's convicted of. He went to jail. The pastor went to jail for possession and something else. Like so again, like that, it's just I'm just saying like people are not above reproach. Above reproach. So with Donnie McClurkin, like for this to not be his first go around to this rumor, and for the guy to have been his actual assistant traveling around with him, why he's not present? Could some stuff have happened? Absolutely. There's an opportunity there. Did it happen? That's a whole other story. So we don't know, but it ain't his first rumor. And I've been hearing these rumors since I was 17, 16, 17. So, uh, I don't know. Uh, y'all can let me know what y'all thinking in the comment section. and all that. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about it. But I just wanted to talk about it because I'm just like, again, and here's my thing: if he is gay, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. The problem is you're also a pastor. Like you can't be a pastor and be gay. You can't be a pastor and be a drunk. You can't be a pastor and be a druggie. You can't be a pastor and be, you know what I'm saying, having affairs. Like you know what I'm saying, especially like with members of the congregation. You just can't be like to me. You need to sit down and take a break. You need to sit down and get right, and then come back. You can't just press through that. Like no, no, you just can't. To me personally, you're as a leader of people, as someone responsible for shepherding people's souls, and you're supposed to be looking out for them and praying for them and all that. And this year, I'm trying to get back. You know what I'm saying, closer to God. That's just where I'm at personally. This is where I'm at personally. And so, with that being said, I feel like um, that's not something you can do. You know, again, if what just again, there's scripture. He says, "I prefer you be hot or cold rather than lukewarm." Right. So if you're lukewarm, you know what I'm saying. That means you're doing uh, you're doing what you're doing, and but you're professing and proclaiming God. Right. Like you just need to pick one and do that. Just pick one and do that. God can live with that. God can deal with that a lot better than you being lukewarm because it's like what you're doing. It's like saying, you know what I'm saying, saying to your girl, you know what I'm saying, you love her, you know what I'm saying, you love her, oh I'll never cheat on you, all that, and then you're just cheating all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like dang, like if you don't really want to be with me, just leave. You know? You know what I'm saying? And that's how God views sin because sin is separation from Him. Um, but yeah, so with Donnie McClurkin, Perfected Faith Church, if anybody that watches in the future, you want to, you know what I'm saying, give me your 10 cents or your pennies or whatever, 2 cent, whatever, like just hit me in the comments. Let me know. I am working on a series. It's going to be kind of like a little expose into some police misconduct, some prison misconduct, things of that nature. It's going to be an ongoing series. I have different people that I'm going to reach out to get stories, and we're just going to go over it. I'm going to say locations and where, but I'm going to remove the names from it, right? So then, if somebody knows the story, they can validate it themselves. Um, but yeah, just so people have anonymity, because I don't want people getting blowback onto them. But with that being said, thank y'all so much for watching, tapping in. I'm out.